Welcome to Michigan in Focus, powered by thecentersquare.com. This episode features a piece by Center Square Michigan reporter Scott McClellan, headlined, quote, "Republicans Enbridge Celebrate Line 5 Ruling," end quote. Here's the story. After the Michigan Public Service Commission approved the permit for Enbridge Energy to move the Line 5 oil pipeline into an underground tunnel, Republicans welcomed the decision. The MPSC found, quote, "There is a public need for Line 5 products and a public need for the replacement project to protect the resources of the Great Lakes," end quote. Enbridge's Line 5, a 645-mile oil pipeline, runs 4.5 miles across the lake bed of the Straits of Mackinac that connect Lake Michigan and Lake Huron. The pipeline transports light crude oil, light synthetic crude, and natural gas liquids used to heat homes and businesses and fuel vehicles. Line 5 supplies 65% of propane demand in the Upper Peninsula and 55% of Michigan's statewide propane needs. The permit is the first step needed to build a single 30-inch diameter pipeline within a concrete line tunnel beneath the lake bed in the Straits. The pipeline will be built with steel 0.625 inches thick. Before the pipeline is placed, it will undergo testing at pressures greater than its maximum allowable operating pressure. Enbridge said in a statement that the decision is a major step forward to protecting the Great Lakes and securing vital energy for Michiganders. Enbridge said in a statement, quote, "We are ready to begin work on this project. The only thing standing in the way of locating a replacement section of Line 5 into the tunnel is a decision on our permit application by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers," end quote. Enbridge says it plans to reduce emissions to net zero by 2050 by investing in renewables, modernizing networks, and transporting energy resources safely. Since 2019, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel has sued Enbridge seeking the shutdown of Line 5. Nessel said in a statement, quote, "Even with today's approval, the fact remains that we are still years away from the tunnel actually being built. In the meantime, Line 5 is a ticking time bomb in the heart of the Great Lakes," end quote. Representative Cam Cavett, a Republican from Sheboygan, welcomed the decision. Cavett said in a statement, quote, "MPSC made the right call today, but it doesn't excuse the overzealous effort to delay and kill the Enbridge proposal. The operation of Line 5 is essential. Enbridge is one of the largest taxpayers in Sheboygan County. Without Line 5 tax revenue, entire school districts would be forced to close," end quote. Experts interviewed by the Center Square say shutting down the pipeline would shift oil transportation to more costly and less efficient methods, like by rail or truck. That could lead to higher emission output relative to using the Line 5 pipeline. The Center Square previously reported it would take 2,150 trucks crossing the Mackinac Bridge daily to replace the pipeline's volume. This podcast was made with the assistance of AI technology. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.
Knowledge is power, and you deserve to know what happens in your state government. That's why the nonprofit Franklin News Foundation is bringing you straight news journalism through the Center Square, reporting on state authorities and publishing stories that show where your money goes and who spends it. By supporting the Center Square, you can track politicians' use of taxpayer money and demand transparency from elected officials. This is how we can equip everyday Americans to hold their government accountable. Become a supporter of Franklin today at franklinnews.org/donate.